Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Onyeka and I am a Nigerian YouTuber based in London, Ontario, Canada. I basically make videos about my lifestyle experiences here in Canada as an immigrant, and if you're a returning subscriber, you already know who I am. So please do not forget to check out my previous content, as I'm sure that you will find something worth interesting and you might just decide to stick around. Please stick around to my channel, and you can do so by subscribing to my channel. It's just down there. Click on the subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the bell notification button so that you can get notified whenever I post a video. And I tend to post my videos once every week, and I would appreciate if you stay tuned, okay? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about healthcare jobs that are high in demand in Canada in 2023. And if you're interested in knowing more about this topic, then stick around and don't go anywhere. So we all know when you immigrate to a new country, it's always hard getting your foot in the door, and especially if you belong to like a licensed profession, it might be hard. For example, like a pharmacist, a doctor, a nurse, and so on, because you have to do like conversion programs, take the board exams before you finally begin to practice in whatever country you find yourself in. So most of the jobs I'm going to be talking about today are like alternative careers that you can get into just So most of the jobs I'm going to be talking about today are like jobs that you can use to get into the healthcare system if you're not licensed in Canada. One or two may require a license, but yeah, majority of them do not require one. And also, if you belong to a regulated profession, these are jobs that you can do alongside while you're trying to get your license in Canada. So without further ado, I'm just going to make this video straight to the point and simple, okay? So the first job on my list is a registered nurse. You can either be a registered nurse, a licensed practical nurse, or a registered practical nurse. So LPN and RPNs, they basically mean the same thing, but in two different provinces. So like I said, just this particular one you need a license for. And with the ongoing pandemic, registered nurses are in high demand in Canada because there's a huge shortage. A lot of nurses are retiring. I am a nurse myself. A lot of people are getting sick. There's a high influx of immigrants coming to the country. So there's a huge demand for nurses in Canada. And the average salary for a nurse in Canada, that's encompassing the RN and the practical nurses, it can range from somewhere between about 60,000 Canadian dollars a year to about 150,000 Canadian dollars, depending on the field of nursing you want to belong to. I know travel nurses, they earn like one of the highest salaries in Canada, and travel nurses, especially in America, they can earn like over $200,000 a year because the demand for healthcare, especially during that COVID pandemic, it was so high. I don't know what the rates are going for now, but travel nursing is your best bet if you want to really cash out of nursing. So you should check out travel nursing, and it's in high demand, especially in like the northern territories, the indigenous places. There's a huge demand for nurses, and they pay really well in those regions. So number two on my list, in no particular order by the way, number two on my list is personal support workers. I know a lot of people have this idea about support workers, but guys, see, there's a huge demand for personal support workers in Canada because there's like a growing aging population in Canada, and the demand for personal support workers is also growing. So basically, personal support workers will provide personal care and companionship to people who are unable to care for themselves, and you just help them with their day-to-day tasks. And typically you find personal support workers in hospitals, in long-term care homes, in retirement homes, and in so many settings. Basically, for personal support workers can range from somewhere between $35,000 a year to about $48,000. If you're a PSW, or if you're looking to get a job as a PSW, I would definitely advise you to work with agencies, because the pay rate with agencies are usually way higher than that of regular hospitals, and it can also be as high as like I know I've seen PSWs that earn about $35 per hour. But these positions are usually contract positions. If you have so many agencies you're working with, you find that you're employed for a very long time, okay? And the third on my list is healthcare aides. It's sort of similar to personal support worker, but basically healthcare aides, they provide basic health services and patient support, and they're under like the direct supervision of a licensed medical profession, usually like a doctor or a nurse. and they work in like a home care setting, in a nursing home community, or another medical facility. And some employers may require job seekers to have like a certification, a diploma, or a degree before employment. Because of the pandemic, I know that there are some support worker programs that you can take for free that's government funded. So guys, please look into it because there's such a huge demand for support workers. And the salary for healthcare aid can range from somewhere between 35k to about 45k, which is similar to personal support worker as well. And the third on my list are medical administrative assistants. So basically, the administrative assistants in the healthcare field, they work in a variety of environments, including like physician offices, hospital, clinics. They help with patient activities, they ensure like records are up to date, they support like billing processes. They're basically doing like medical clerical roles. I don't know if you understand. I feel like you don't need to have like a certain degree to have to apply to this kind of job. So it's something that you can use to get your foot in the door in the healthcare industry. So the salary can range from somewhere between about 35k to about 45k as well. Next on my list, we have pharmacy technicians. And pharmacy technicians, they typically work in like drugstores, hospital, clinics, or in other medical facilities. They basically provide support to the pharmacists. They are also under the direct supervision of the pharmacist. So they basically provide support to the pharmacist by like maintaining patient records, preparing and packaging patient medications, and some other little things that go on in the pharmacy. And I believe you need to have a degree, a type of certification to qualify as a pharmacy technician. If you're an internationally trained pharmacist and you're looking to get into the pharmaceutical industry in Canada, I would advise you to get a job like a pharmacy assistant position, not a pharmacy technician, because the technician role might require you to complete a degree program, and if you're in the process of getting your pharmacy license, that would be like another added baggage. Okay, so next on my list, we have the child and youth counselor. They provide support to like the younger population, like children and adolescents, and you find them in like hospital setting, group homes, mental health facilities, but majorly group homes, because the population you work with usually need a lot of counseling and a lot of support. And as a child and youth counselor, you need a certain degree to practice in this profession, and their salary ranges from about $40,000 to $50,000. Okay? And next on my list, you have a ward clerk. Ward clerks is basically like the name, like you're a clerk, you're performing clerical duties in a hospital setting. Okay, so you basically handle like the scheduling, the staffing, the administrative jobs that go on in the hospital or other healthcare facilities. You're filing a lot of paperwork, you're communicating between like patient and doctors, basically like clerical duties. You get what I mean? The salary can range from somewhere between $35,000 to about $45,000. Next on my list, you have the home support worker. Guys, like I said, support work is in high demand, and home support work, like the name implies, you basically provide support to people who are unable to care for themselves in a home setting. Sometimes you can be like a live-in caregiver. For example, you can be working with a child who has like maybe like a developmental disability or a delay, and they're unable to provide care for themselves, and their parents are like, you know, busy with other stuff, or are unable to provide care for the child. So that's where you come in, and the pay can range from somewhere between $35,000 to about $45,000. Okay, next on my list, I have a healthcare disability coordinator. Just like the name implies, basically you work to advocate for patients seeking disability benefits or services, and people with this job, they will work in the hospital environment to help like newly diagnosed or disabled patients understand their options and line up services for before discharge. And with this position, I feel like it's very versatile. I don't think you might need a certain certification to practice in this role. So I don't know, this list is not exhaustive, and it's not like, oh, like the top paying healthcare jobs in Canada. So basically, these are jobs that one can get easily without being like a doctor or dentist or whatever. I think I'm going to end this video here. I don't want to make it too long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.